Hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. In this video, we're going to learn how to automate newsletter writing using AI agent. So I'm an owner of a subscription-based service business and I have to generate newsletters to share it with my customers on regular basis. And generating the content for my newsletters manually is very time-consuming and hectic. So to solve this, I have created an AI agent using Pabbly Connect. So how this AI agent works is, I create the record of all the details of my newsletters in my Google Sheets. So as soon as I'm going to add the details of a new newsletter heading like the topic in my Google Sheets, automatically using the details, an AI agent is going to generate the content for my newsletter. And as the content is going to be generated, automatically a document of that newsletter is going to be created in my Google Docs. Okay? So now in order to learn how to create this AI agent for yourself, for your business, for that let me take you to my screen. In this video, we're going to learn how to automate newsletters writing using AI agent. So as an owner of a subscription-based service business, I use Google Sheets to gather weekly updates, article ideas, and key points that is needed to be included in my newsletter. I use an AI agent to convert that raw information into engaging and well-written newsletter content. The content is then automatically sent to Google Docs for easy review and editing. Finally, I update the same Google Sheet over here with the document link of the Google Docs with the newsletter content. This automation ensures consistency, high quality communication with my audience without spending hours in writing each week. And I'm going to create this amazing AI agent using Pabbly Connect. So on the screen, you can see the website of Pabbly Connect, that is pabbly.com/connect/INR/. After browsing this website, we need to sign in to our Pabbly Connect account. But if you're a new user, you can sign up for free and get 100 free tasks every month. As I'm an existing user, I'm going to sign into my Pabbly Connect account. After signing in, you can see the All Pabbly apps window in front of you, in which you can see all the products that Pabbly provides, from which we are going to select Pabbly Connect by clicking on this Access Now button right over here. Then Pabbly Connect's dashboard is going to appear in front of you, and in order to start an automation process in Pabbly Connect, we need to create a workflow. For that, click on this top right corner button right here that says Create Workflow. A dialog box is going to appear in front of you, which is asking for the workflow name and for us to select a folder. So for the name of my workflow over here, I'm going to give it as AI agent to automate newsletter writing. This is the name that I want to give to my workflow. And for the folder, from the left side of the screen, you can see I've created multiple folders in my Pabbly Connect account, from which I'm going to select a specific one in which I want to save this workflow in. For that, click on this drop down. These are the folders from which I'm going to select AI agents as the folder I want to save this workflow in. After giving the name to the workflow and selecting the folder, I'm going to click on this create button in order to create a workflow. A workflow is created in the name of AI agent to automate newsletter writing, and you can see that there are two windows in front of you. One says trigger, other says action. So what is trigger and action? Trigger and action are the two most important steps of our automation process because our process depends on these two principles. Over here, trigger says when this happens and action says do this. That means what is action? Action is a response towards our trigger. In an automation process, there can be only one trigger step but multiple action steps. We are going to set up our trigger step first. And for the trigger application over here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select it as Google Sheets. Because in my Google Sheets, I'm keeping the record of all the newsletters details like the topic and the key points. And using the details, AI agent is going to generate the newsletter content. Okay. So now what I want is, as soon as I'm going to add a detail of a new newsletter over here in the spreadsheet, automatically the trigger over here in this workflow should capture the response of that. And that is why for my trigger application, I've selected it as Google Sheets, and the trigger event is going to be new or updated spreadsheet row. After selecting the trigger application and the event, you can see that Pabbly Connect has provided us with a webhook URL. Now using this unique webhook URL, we're going to build the connection between Google Sheets and Pabbly Connect by following the steps given here below in the help desk. Firstly, copy this URL from here. After copying the URL, open the spreadsheet that you want to connect to Pabbly Connect. So this is the spreadsheet in the name of Newsletter Tracker. And I want to connect the spreadsheet to Pabbly Connect. For that, from the panel, go to Extensions, click on Add-ons, go to Get Add-ons option right here. As I'm going to do that, this window is going to appear in front of you, on which on the search bar, we have to search for Pabbly Connect webhooks. As we're going to select Pabbly Connect webhooks over here, You can see that I've already installed Pabbly Connect webhooks, so I'm going to move forward. But if you have not installed Pabbly Connect webhooks, please do install it so that with the help of it, you can build the connection between Pabbly Connect and the spreadsheet, okay? As we are going to install, go back and refresh the spreadsheet from here. After refreshing the spreadsheet, what we have to do is we have to go back to this extensions option, and you can see after installing, you can see an option Pabbly Connect webhooks. From the drop down, go to this initial setup option right over here. This dialog box is then going to appear in front of you of initial setup, in which it is asking for the webhook URL and the trigger column. So now firstly for this webhook URL, what we are going to do is we are going to paste this webhook URL that Pabbly Connect has provided us right over here. And for the trigger column, it says the trigger column will be a final data column on which if the data is added, the whole of that row data will be sent to the webhook URL. So now for this trigger column, I am going to select the column D because this is the final data column. As soon as the final data is going to be added in this column, that is the column D right over here, the whole row data is going to be forwarded towards this webhook URL. So for the trigger column, I'm going to write it as column D, and then I'm going to click on the submit button right over here. As I've done that, you can see it says setup configured successfully. You can see that I've already added the data of a new newsletter details right over here, the topic, keywords, and the target audience. I want to send this data for a test to this webhook URL. For that, I'm going to click on the send test button right over here to send the test data. As now we have done that, I'm going to go back. Now the steps that I'm going to tell you right now are very important, so please don't forget to follow them. Go back to extensions and Pabbly Connect webhooks. Now from the drop down, go to the send on event option right over here. It is very mandatory to click on send on event because as soon as you go to add a new details of a new newsletter details in the spreadsheet, automatically the spreadsheet is going to send that data to Pabbly Connect using that amazing feature that was sent on event. If you're going to go back, you can see a tick mark is in front of it. That means this feature is now working, okay? So as now the setup between the spreadsheet and Pabbly Connect is done successfully and we have clicked on the send test data button, if I'm going to scroll down, you can see yes, the response has been successfully captured of this data that we have already added in our spreadsheet. Date is 9th of April 2025. Topic is top 5 AI tools you should try this week. Over here, these are the key points that I've added. You can see right over here, target audience is general subscribers. Okay. So you can see the response is captured. The topic is top 5 AI tools you should try this week. The subscribers target audience is general subscribers. This is the spreadsheet name you can see right over here. And these are the keywords you can see right here with the data as 9th of April 2025. As the response has been captured over here in our trigger, this means Google Sheets is connected to Pabbly Connect and our trigger setup is done. After setting up our trigger step, we need to set up our action step. And my objective is that as soon as I have the details of this new letter in this trigger right over here, using that, I want to generate a newsletter using my AI agent. And for the AI agent, I am using OpenAI. If you want, you can use Google Gemini or other AI platforms as your AI agent for your business. I'm going to select as OpenAI. So that is for my action application. I'm going to select it as OpenAI right over here, okay? So this is my action application. I'm going to select it right here. Action event is going to be ChatGPT, and then I'm going to click on this connect button. A window is then going to appear in front of you, on which click on add new connection, or else you can select the existing connection that you have. After that, over here you can see it is asking for the token, with the help of which we're going to build the connection between OpenAI and Pabbly Connect. To generate your own token, click on this hyperlink given here below in the help desk right here. As we're going to do that, you will be landed towards the API keys page of your OpenAI account, and to create your own token, click on this create new secret key button on the top right corner. This dialog box is going to appear in front of you, which is asking for the token name, project, and the permission, which you have to select it as all. After filling in all the required details, click on this create secret key button. The token will be generated. Copy it from here and paste that token right over here in this field. I've already done that, so I'm going to select the existing connection and click on the save button right over here. As now I've done that, you can see OpenAI is connected to Pabbly Connect. It is asking for me to select the AI model. For the model, I'm going to select as GPT-4o Mini. If you want, you can use other models according to your requirement from the drop down, okay? Next, it is asking for the prompt. Prompt is the text with the help of which this AI agent is going to generate the content with our requirements. Okay, so over here in the prompt, you have to specify all the things that you require and do not require in the content. So for the prompt, I'm going to write it as, so you can see right over here, this is the prompt that I've written with my requirements. You are an expert newsletter writer. Write a professional, engaging, and informative newsletter based on the following inputs: topic, key points, and the target audience. Instructions: do not include the topic as a heading or in the content. Expand each key point into 2-3 engaging sentences. Keep the content in well-structured paragraph format, not as an email. Do not use any hashtag, bullet points, or specific formatting symbols. Maintain a friendly, informative tone. End with a short conclusion or call to action. The overall length should be around 150 to 250 words. Format the output in proper paragraph structure suitable for newsletters. Okay, so this is the prompt right over here. And using this prompt, this AI agent is going to generate the newsletter content for me. Okay, if you want to copy this prompt, you can find the link of this workflow in the description below. Okay, so now in this prompt, you can see over here it is asking for the topic, key points, and the target audience. Now for the data of these fields, we're going to map it, which is inserting data from the previous step. So I'm going to insert the data from the previous step of this workflow. How it works is that as soon as I'm going to select this field, this was the previous step. You can see right here, as I'm going to click on it, this is the same response that is captured in our previous step. It is asking for the topic. Here is the topic. I'm going to select the data of the topic from my previous response. As now I've selected the data from my previous response, as I want to generate the newsletter for this topic, the data is mapped. And as I've mapped this data, the data has now become dynamic. That means now whenever a new response is going to be captured in our previous step, automatically the new data is going to be updated in place of this map data. Similarly, for the keywords, I'm going to map the data of the keywords, and for the target audience, I'm going to map the data of the target audience as well. Okay, so this is my complete prompt right over here. After entering that, I'm going to click on this save and send test request button. Remember to mention each and everything in the prompt, what you want and what you do not want in your newsletter as well. Okay, now waiting for a few seconds. As I've done that, you can see over here we've received the response in which we have received this message content. Okay, if I'm going to scroll over here, you can see this is the data of the newsletter. You can see right away on the topic that I've added. It is, in this week's edition, we explore 5 incredible AI tools that can elevate your productivity and creativity. If you have ever faced writer's block or needed assistance in crafting engaging content, ChatGPT is here to help. You can see over here, this is the content that is generated on the topic that I've added in my Google Sheets for my newsletter. Okay, so as now this content is generated by my AI agent, now what I want is I want to create a record of this content that is generated of my newsletter. And how can I formally do that? For that, I'm going to create a document using Google Docs. And how can I do that? I've already created a template in my Google Docs. And by using this template, I can create multiple documents for my newsletters. Over here for the template, you can see I've added 3 headings. This is the newsletter topic, key points, updates, and newsletter content. Now over here, these are the 3 variables. How do I create the variables? You can see in front of the value and in the end of the value, there are 2 curly brackets. So you can see this is a variable that has been created right over here. Okay. Now in place of this variable, we can add the value to create a template. Now for doing that, for creating the template, I'm going to add another action step. And for the action application, I'm going to select it as Google Docs right over here. An action event over here is going to be create document from template. As we're going to create the document of the newsletter content with the help of this template that we have already created. Then I'm going to click on this connect button. A window is going to appear in front of you, on which click on add new connection, or else you can select the existing connection that you already have. After that, click on this sign in with Google button right over here. This window is going to appear in front of you, on which you can see the accounts. You can see right over here, you have to choose an account in which you have created this template. So I'm going to select the account over here from this option. And as I've done that, it is asking for the permission for this account, on which I'm going to click on this allow button. As this is a safe process and my data is perfectly saved with Pabbly Connect, so I'm going to click on this allow button right here. As I've done that, you can see I've successfully authorized Google Docs to Pabbly Connect. Next, it is asking for the template document. For the template document, I have created in the name of newsletter template. So for the document from the drop down, I'm going to select as newsletter template. Okay. After that, it is asking for the new document's name. For that, I'm going to map the data of the topic right over here, and then I'm going to write over here manually as newsletters. Okay. So this is the name of the new document that is going to be created with the help of this template. For the new documents location, I have created a folder in the name of newsletter documents. So what I'm going to do is for the location over here, I'm going to search for the location, that is this folder. I'm going to select the folder from the drop down. Okay. Next, it is asking for the newsletter topic, key points, and the newsletter content. These are the variables that I've already told you that I've created in this template. Now for the data of these fields, I'm going to map the data. For the topic, I'm going to map the data of the topic. For the key points, I'm going to map the data of the key points, and the newsletter content, I'm going to map the data right over here. Okay. After filling in all the required details, I'm going to click on the save and send test request button right here. As I've done that, we have received a response, which is a positive response as we have received this document ID. Now I'm going to open my Google Drive folder to check whether a new document is created. And yes, you can see right over here, a new document has been added in my Google Drive folder. And this is a document of our newsletter content. You can see right away that is top 5 AI tools you should try this week. These were the keywords. And you can see right over here, this is the content generated by my AI agent. In this week edition, we explore 5 incredible AI tools. You can see this was the same content that was generated by my AI agent, the newsletter content. Okay. So you can see automatically this document has now been created. Now what I want is I want to share this content document to my team. Okay. Now over here on the top right corner, you can see it says private to only me. I cannot share this document to my team. Now what we have to do is to make this document accessible to everyone. We cannot always go and manually make this document accessible to everyone. That is very time consuming. So instead of doing it manually, what we can do is we can go to our workflow and add another action step to this workflow, in which for the action application, I'm going to select it as Google Drive. And for the action event over here, I'm going to select it as share a file with anyone. Then I'm going to click on this connect button. A window is going to appear in front of you on which I'm going to select the existing connection. But if you want, you can add a new connection right here. Okay, then I'm going to click on this save button. As I've done that, it is asking for the file ID. Which file do we want to make accessible to everyone? So for the data of the file ID, we're going to map the data. For that, toggle the map button on, erase the existing data from here. In this step, we have received the document ID and I want to make this document accessible to everyone. So I'm going to map the data of the document ID in place of this file ID right over here. Okay. And then I'm going to click on this save and send test request button right here. As I've done that, we have received a response which says anyone with the link. And in this response, we have received multiple links from which we are going to use this PDF link right over here. And using this PDF link, what I'm going to do is I'm going to update this PDF link in my spreadsheet right over here so that my team can automatically go and just check out the link over here of the content of my newsletter, okay, directly from the spreadsheet. So now let us update the spreadsheet. For that, add another action step in this workflow. And for the action application, I'm going to select it as Google Sheets. An action event over here is going to be update row, as we're going to update the row with the link of the document, okay? And then I'm going to click on this connect button. A window is going to appear in front of you on which I'm going to select the existing connection. But if you want, you can add a new connection right here. And then I'm going to click on this save button. As I've done that, it is asking for me to select the spreadsheet. For that, I'm going to select as newsletter tracker right over here because this is the spreadsheet I've created. You can see right over here, okay? And for the sheet over here, I'm going to select it as sheet 1, okay? After that, it is asking for the row index. We have received the row index data in this Google Sheet step. So I'm going to map the data of the row index right here. Next, it is asking for the date, topic, key points, target audience. I do not want to update any of these fields, so I'm going to skip the part. But I do want to update the link part right over here. So I'm going to map the data of the PDF link that we have received in this step right here, okay? After filling in all the required details, I'm going to click on this save and send test request button right over here. As I've done that, we have received a response, which is a positive response. So if I'm going to open my spreadsheet, you can see automatically this row has been updated with the link of my newsletter right here. If I'm going to open this link, you can see a new file has been downloaded. If I'm going to open the file, this is the same file with the newsletter content that was generated by my AI, okay? So this means this AI agent that we have created with Pabbly Connect has now been successfully built. Now I want to test this workflow for you all. What I'm going to do is I'm going to enter the data of the new newsletter topic and the key points in the spreadsheet. And after adding the details, I'm going to check whether AI agent generates the content for my newsletters and updates the spreadsheet with the document of that new content or not. So now let me add the data of the new newsletter content right over here. You can see over here I've added all the required details. It's the date that is 10th of April 2025. The topic is boost your productivity with this AI hacks. These are all the key points and the target audience is premium members, okay? So as I've added all the required details of my newsletter right over here, automatically within few seconds the AI agent has updated the spreadsheet with the link of the content of my newsletter. If I'm going to open this link right over here, You can see a new document is downloaded. If I'm going to open this document, this is a document that is boost your productivity with these AI hacks. This was the same topic, and this is the newsletter content generated by my AI agent. In today's fast-paced work environment, discovering ways to enhance productivity is crucial, and leveraging AI can be a game changer. One effective strategy is to use AI to draft emails. You can see right over here the content is automatically generated for my newsletter with the help of the data that I've added in my Google Sheets, and my Google Sheets is also updated with the document of the content as well. Okay, so as you can see in front of it, this AI agent is now successfully working that we have created with the help of Pabbly Connect. So now to sum up till now what we have done, the trigger is Google Sheets, new or updated spreadsheet row. As soon as you're going to add the details of newsletter details in the spreadsheet, automatically the trigger is going to capture the response of that. With the help of the details, AI agent is going to generate the newsletter content. Now, as the content is generated using this action step, that is Google Sheets create document from template, a document of the content is going to be created in my Google Docs. Then using this action step, that is Google Drive, share a file with anyone. You can see automatically this document that we have created using Google Docs is going to be accessible to everyone. And in this step, we are going to receive the PDF file link, which we have automatically updated in our Google Sheets. Okay. So in this manner, I have created this AI agent to automate newsletter writing. So this was it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Not just with these applications, you can create automation between multiple other applications with the help of Pabbly Connect. If you have any questions, you can contact us on support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can check the queries on forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issues, then you can check out this link. If you like this video, please do subscribe to our channel, hit on the like button, comment on if you have any questions or doubts, and please share this video.